members are inside. Most of them are being cleared by the police officials.
We can see here as we pass through this area, which is the heart of Chennai. This is not a Chennai that anybody has seen. And if I can show you, sir, அந்த பக்கத்துல இருந்து இங்க வர சொல்லிருக்காங்க.
Okay.
What brought Chennai to this? 7 days of a protest that resulted in an ordinance. It was supposed to be a people's victory. Instead, it degenerated into this mess. Arson, lathi charge, violence. Who is responsible for Tamil Nadu's shame?
You're watching 11 Live on India Today. Hello and welcome. I'm Smita Sharma, and let's open with some breaking news that's coming in as far as those developments in Chennai were concerned. Question is being raised. Is there a conspiracy behind the Chennai violence? A shocking video has surfaced in which a cop can be seen indulging in vandalism. Now, India Today has accessed the video of this incident.
I would reiterate here that stringent action will be taken on all these anti-social elements they are identifying, and any more such violence will be dealt with firmly, and we will be intensifying our night patrolling, and we will be deploying more police forces tomorrow. We will find out the motive for we will find out who did this and the motive for that. Situation is under control now, and as I said before, more police officers will be deployed tonight and tomorrow, and the safety and security of the public will be ensured.
Joining me now on the phone line is Ashish Pandey, my colleague who has been tracking situation on the ground. You know, Ashish, in the video we can see the men in uniform, in fact, resorting to some sort of a lathi charge with some woman running inside a house, but then one of them starts vandalizing. Can you explain the context to us a little bit, if you've been able to make sense of what this really means?
Smita, so far, when we asked about these videos to the Commissioner of Police Chennai, he has completely denied any such incident. He has said that all these videos which are emerged in media and social media are fabricated, and police will investigate their authenticity. But meanwhile, yes, these kind of incidents has took place. That's what our sources and whoever has shot these videos and who have provided these videos has confirmed. We also witnessed a few atrocities of police, and where police used lathi charge, and they beaten mercilessly to a few of the minors and even a few of the people. So yes, these kind of incidents has took place, but so far the official version and the official statement on these videos and these incidents are completely denial, and that's the statement coming out from Commissioner of Police Chennai.
Right, Ashish. Many thanks for joining us with that very latest update. But clearly, you know, the police will have to probe whether these cops were actually on the edge because of the volatile situation, or was there something more than met the eyes. Meanwhile, the fire for resumption of tradition is spreading after Tamil Nadu. Now the clamour is rising in Maharashtra for the resumption of the bullock cart race. The Shiv Sena wants the ban on bullock cart race in rural India to be revoked. And it's not just Maharashtra, but across Karnataka. Now there's a chorus for resumption of the buffalo race as well. Kambala should start like Jallikattu, say people on the ground.
Chennai's Marina Beach, epicenter of the Jallikattu agitation. Sea of humanity joining hands for a common cause. As people in Tamil Nadu fight for Jallikattu, similar such demands are now being made in other states. The Jallikat agitation has ignited the demand for bullock cart race in Maharashtra. The Shiv Sena wants that the ban on bullock cart race be lifted in the state.
It's a Jallikattu effect in Maharashtra. The bullock cart racing was part of the culture of farming community, especially in the western Maharashtra, which was banned by PCA Act, and the Maharashtra government then tried to revive it with the use of resolution. But finally, the Supreme Court order in 2014 banned it with Jallikattu. Now Shiv Sena aggressively demanding that the ban should be lifted.
And it's not just Maharashtra. Several groups in Karnataka are demanding an end to the ban on Kambala, a form of buffalo racing. High Court had banned the traditional sport in November last year. Kambala, like Jallikat, was banned after animal rights group PETA approached the court, citing animal cruelty in sports like bull taming and buffalo racing. In view of the Supreme Court verdict on Jallikat, the Karnataka High Court had stayed the conduct of the festival that is held in coastal Karnataka. A petition filed by various Kambala organizers asking that the High Court stay be vacated will be considered on January 30th. However, already there are demands that the state government brings a legislation to legalize the traditional sport.
Please support us to save the culture of this Tulunadu. Kambala is nothing but the culture of this Tulunadu.
While it's cattle sports that are at the center of the attention in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Maharashtra, it is the cockfight that the people of Andhra are agitating for. The Jallikat agitation has opened a Pandora's box for similar such demands. The question is, can the tradition supersede the law? Bureau Report, India Today.
And in more news that's breaking in the political corridors, a big role for Priyanka Gandhi, in fact, seems to be slated in the upcoming Uttar Pradesh polls. Congress's former minister and senior leader Anand Sharma has said that Priyanka's journey in active politics has begun and it's time for people to wait and watch. Let's listen into what Anand Sharma had to say.
पंजाब के साथ साथ उत्तर प्रदेश में भी चुनाव है। कल गठबंधन आप लोगों ने अनाउंस किया है। आज अहमद पटेल जो हैं उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं जिक्र किया कि प्रियंका गांधी जो हैं अब एक बड़ा रूप में धीरे धीरे उनकी शुरुआत होगी। कैसे देखते हैं प्रियंका गांधी के रोल को आने वाले दिनों में?
देखिए, वो तो कांग्रेस का अंतरंग हिस्सा तो हैं। राहुल गांधी नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं उत्तर प्रदेश में, देश में हमारे चुनाव का, और उनकी एक अहम भूमिका रही है बातचीत करने में, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। तो कोई ये ऐसी कोई निराली बात नहीं होगी। हमने बार बार इस चीज़ को कहा है, निर्णय तो उनको करना है कब आना है और क्या उनको भूमिका होनी चाहिए, पर कांग्रेस का तो हिस्सा है।
शुरुआत हो गई है कहीं ना कहीं,
हमेशा रहे हैं कहीं ना कहीं, नहीं हमेशा रुचि तो रही है।
Supriya Bhardwaj, who just spoke to Anand Sharma, is now on the broadcast with us, joining us via Skype. Supriya, you know, as far as Priyanka is concerned, we have mostly seen her constrained to campaigning in the parties constitute key areas of Amethi, Raebareli when it comes to Uttar Pradesh. And this time those seats are not coming into the Congress, at least by the looks of it. So what is the sense that one is getting from the party when it indicates that she's going to play a more politically active role?
Well, Smita, as far as Priyanka Gandhi is concerned, the party is saying that both Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi are playing really a massive role. We know that Rahul Gandhi is the vice president of the party. They are saying that in coming months he will be taking over the party. He will be elevated as the working president of the party. And on the other hand, they are saying that Priyanka Gandhi, who was playing the roles from behind the curtains, will slowly step into the political life. Now, this is what the Congress men are claiming. These are the leaders. First in the morning we saw Mr. Ahmed Patel, and now it is Anand Sharma who's coming out and saying that there was doubt that Priyanka is part of the Congress family. They are saying that that she will be in coming days playing a major role. At the same time, they're also saying that finally it is going to be Priyanka Gandhi who will be deciding that when she wants to step into active politics. As far as the entire coalition between Samajwadi Party and the Congress is concerned, officially Ahmed Patel had announced that it was General Secretary in charge, that's Ghulam Nabi Azad, along with the that of UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Priyanka Gandhi, who were instrumental in ensuring that this entire alliance comes into place. So this is where they are referring.
Right. Okay. Supriya Bhardwaj, they are getting us the very latest on the Congress front. We are slipping into a very quick break now, but there's lots more lined up for you on 11 Live. Do stay with us. You're watching 11 Live, and this is the important development in the diplomatic corridors along expected lines. Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar has now been given a one-year extension. Modi government extended the tenure of S. Jaishankar, who, remember, has served as India's ambassador to China and US in the past, and who took over after superseding, in fact, Sujata Singh in January of 2015. His current term was to expire on 28th of January this year. Gaurav Sawant, my colleague, joins us now through Skype. Gaurav, the question being asked is why a one-year extension and perhaps not a two-year, despite Jaishankar's proximity to the Prime Minister?
Well, Sujata Singh's tenure was cut short as Foreign Secretary, and he was brought in very dramatic circumstances to take over as Foreign Secretary. He's been India's ambassador both to China, to the United States, and he is a key man in taking forward Prime Minister Narendra Modi's diplomacy, crucially both with China, United States and elsewhere. So he's performed very well, is considered very close to the Prime Minister, is in sync with the National Security Advisor. The two of them, both Ajit Doval and Ambassador S. Jaishankar, they operate very well together as a team, and perhaps that explains the one-year extension. But will it lead to a lot of heartburn with several top diplomats now not getting a shot at being Foreign Secretary in the next 1 year? Smita, is very interesting development now.
Absolutely. Several names, in fact, who might have been in the race, including diplomats like Anil Wadhwa to Sujata Mehta, looks like they're now all set to retire after their current terms and postings. Gaurav Sawant getting us the very latest. Many thanks. It's all that we have on 11 Live, but coming up, a special with Shah Rukh Khan.